Hello and welcome to Film Companion South. You're watching our Tolly review. My name is Hriday Ranjan. This week's movie is Hit, directed by Dr. Sailesh Kolanu, starring Vishwak and Ruhani Sharma. Vishwak plays Vikram, who is a police officer working with the CID, and he's working in a special team called Homicide Intervention Team. However, he's also dealing with the demons of his own past, and even though he's suffering from PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, he cannot take a leave from his work because it is the insanity of his work that really keeps him sane. What he chooses to do instead is to pop Valium pills and put up a valiant face. Meanwhile, two girls get kidnapped and his team has to go and search for the girls. Now, over the last few months, this is probably the fourth or fifth film that deals with the theme of girls being kidnapped. It has almost become a trope where, as an audience, supposedly we only connect emotionally to a thriller if it has the theme of girls being kidnapped.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Haribabu.
Sir, Shalini is missing, sir. మొత్తం వెతికాము ఎక్కడ కనిపించట్లేదు సార్.
Oh my God, Shalini.
అవును సార్.
నువ్వు ఒక పని చేయి immediate గా. Please inform all our cells. FBI, SBI, CBIT, CBSE, everyone should be on the job. And YouTube comments లో Shalini Instagram handle అడిగిన ప్రతి ఒక్కరి డీటెయిల్స్ with their IP addresses.
Okay, sir.
నా టేబుల్ పైన ఉంటారు. Go immediately.
Thank you, sir.
So, latest report, sir. Haribabu is missing.
Oh, I am also missing Haribabu.
No, sir. నిజంగా కిడ్నాప్ అయ్యాడు, sir.
వాడు ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళి ఉంటాడు? ఎక్కడికి పునుగులు తినడానికి వెళ్ళి ఉంటాడు.
సార్, నేను నిజంగానే కిడ్నాప్ అయ్యా సార్. నన్ను మీరు వెతకనికి రాలేదని చెప్పి నేనే మిమ్మల్ని వెతుక్కుంటూ వచ్చా సార్.
Very good, Haribabu. Very good. I'm proud of you. Shalini missing and let's go and find her. Shalini, come.
Now, just because we put in a gag over there, it does not mean in any way that the film is shoddy. In fact, right from the onset, the film creates this atmospheric mood that is dark and gritty, and it has this ominous feeling of something dark that is going to happen very soon. Vishwak as the angsty, brooding cop is very different from the usual super cops that we see in our movies. Here he plays somebody who is dealing with his trauma and is stuck in the bureaucratic space of Indian police, and for whom the lines are slowly being blurred. It also helps that Vivek Sagar's background score is wonderfully eerie. He ditches his usual funk country ballads and whips up a background score that is reminiscent of chalk running on blackboard or steely knives scraping against each other. The film's writing also has flashes of ingenuity. For example, most police procedurals have these scenes where the characters are lecturing about the youth and corruption of our moral values and drugs and sex. Here, when a college principal actually talks about upholding the values of society, he's mocked at. Another scene that we really liked, where there are two guys kissing in a pub, but it is never sensationalized or mocked. In fact, it is not even addressed. So in a way, the director is making a point without saying it out explicitly. What works for the film is its unflinching focus on only driving the plot forward. Now, while you might sit on the fence about the motives that are used in the film, you cannot deny that the film does not grasp at low-hanging fruits, or it does not play to the galleries using bullshit logic like the audience needs to be entertained. What the director chooses to do instead is to plant red herrings into the plot at regular intervals. Now, the film also does not have any distractions from its genre, and the director uses the hero and makes him focus only on solving the crime and not exhibiting his navarasas. Which is not to say that the film is flawless. The film, as a police procedural, chooses to take the path of a slow-burning thriller. Now in India, it is always going to be difficult to make an atmospheric, slow-burning thriller because the filmmakers have to deal with the intermission. Now, how are you going to get the people to come back and sink into the same atmosphere that you have created when they have just spent 20 minutes buying Coke from the pantry and doing Coke in the washroom? It's like you go to watch the movie 7, but in India, you end up watching 3.5 and 3.5. The other real problem with the film is that the motives, some of the motives that are established in the film don't seem very plausible. It also doesn't help that the supporting cast around Vishwak their performance just does not live up to the film's overall tone. Their performances seem very campy, very over the top in an otherwise gritty, realistic film. Finally, it is left up to Vivek Sagar and Vishwak to keep the film pacey. Vishwak performance as the angry, brooding cop is wonderfully apt for the film, and it is nice to see a young actor who is choosing offbeat scripts and whose focus is on conveying the emotions rather than on developing six-packs and dancing in item numbers. Director Sailesh Kolanu deserves credit for sticking and preserving the sanctity of the film's intentions. The film is also produced by Nani, which is a great sign for our film that our stars are backing and producing films that are offbeat. For the most part, Hit works as an engaging thriller. What we felt though, that it lacked a definitive sucker punch to the gut. It could have been a great hit and run, instead it is a hit and walk. Thank you for watching our review. For more such interesting videos, please subscribe to Film Companion South by pressing the bell icon.